She's at work. Ah! Every damn time with this game! Oh my god, why does every machinist outfit look like I'm cross-dressing? Why does every machinist outfit look like Carrot Kingo's about to do like a fem stream, like he's Finster or something? I never thought of it that way. Well, we should be getting ourselves to the Bloodshore. Bloodshore. This can only end well, going to a place called Bloodshore. I'm afraid the damage has already been done, me lordship. Even after scraping together our spares with less than half the weapons we'd need for the tourney. Then half will just have to do. 'Twill be difficult, I know, but I believe we will still have a chance. What in the bloody hills was that? Sounds like someone fired a damn cannon or summit. Dear God, what's going on now? Lead your fellow machinists to the tourney field and don your masks of supreme confidence. Whilst our mysterious enemy is distracted by your show of bravado, I shall work to replace the damaged firearms. But how can you craft so many weapons before the contest begins? The short of it is, I cannot. Not to my usual exacting specifications, of course. We have done all that can be done. Time we join our companions and survey the field on which the tourney is to take place. You're familiar with Camp Dragonhead, I trust. Its grounds should make for an interesting arena. Camp Dragonhead. I do like how this keeps taking us back to the earlier portions of the game from Realm Reborn. Unfortunately for the spectators, however, House Desmael will end this mockery of a contest all too swiftly. Bluster all you will. We shall let the tattered remains of your standard speak for us. Ha ha ha, such conviction from the king of the commoners. Come then, all the players are present, let the tourney begin! We're literally just gonna shoot you to death. Nice. Wait, that was all it took? That's hilarious. Aye, your novel toys confounded my knights and won this game of flags. I would see, however, how you fare against adversaries who seek not to break your standard, but to spill your life's blood. May the day come soon when we fight side by side. Dang, even the classist prick has some respect. Now give me my armory chest so I can get rid of this stupid skirt. Well done, my son. You have triumphed against all that would see you fail. But of course, father, there is no difficulty that machinistry cannot overcome. Bro said there is no problem that you can't just shoot.
Alright, our other DPS, ready up.
It's always the other DPS. SMH my head. Yay! Yay!
Fuck me.
Midgard Storm! Why is the tank doing anything but tanking?
I'll get you.
Useless ass tank. What is he doing? Is his aggro off?
I have no clue.
Jesus Christ. Tank, I swear to God, what are you doing? I should not be aggroing enemies. You should be. I meat ride and glaze Japan for their writing normally being above America. But, dang, do they cower away from some, they really cower away from some story elements. Like, Wooly, you brought up Wooly Versus. He has a really consistent take that has only been proven right again and again and again. And it's, Japan will write a really good racism story that involves, like, a magic system, or, like, a magic people, or, like, a sci-fi story. But then by the end of it, the plot will get so grand in its scale that you'll just have to be like, oh, forget about the racism subplot. There's too much other stuff going on. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but Studio Trigger's last original movie, Prom Air, was a really good example of this. It was a really neat concept, because the way Prom Air works is the Burnish are a new people forming on Earth that can't really control their firepower. So they're dangerous. So if you find a Burnish, there's a default feeling of, oh, these people are dangerous. So it sort of works. But then all the nuance and depth and potential is kind of lost, because by the end, a main bad guy shows up that you can blame everything on, and then there's a whole save the universe plot, and it sort of falls apart. But because it's a Studio Trigger movie, you don't really care about that. You care about the animation and the soundtrack. I'm up to level 53 with my machinist, and I finally have gear that doesn't make me look like a homo.
But that was the best part.
No,
Yeah, it just makes you look more bi.
No, see, the whole bit is that I'm a bi in denial. I can't be that if Carrot Kingo.
You can't be that if you look gay.
If I look gay, then the whole bit doesn't work. So that's why I need to look at least a little straight. Are you feeling better, Joe?
A lot better. I really took a nice long nap.
He needed it after he had his boyfriend over.
I didn't know you went to Florida.
Yeah, I do it. A daily commute just for Pookie. Yeah, Zilla, that's the problem when you keep up appearance on various social medias. You get lots of bots, so I just gotta deal with it. Once I get bigger, I'll get some mods, and then they'll take care of it from then on out. But until then, I just let it stimulate my algorithm.
I'm gonna stimulate your algorithm.
I know you will.
Why am I following Moist Critical still?
Why do I keep getting the distinct impression that Heidelin might be evil? Like, she's giving me End of Evangelion vibes, and I really don't like it. Why doesn't my character feel like he can trust anyone?
Because you can.
Oh, dang, okay.
Not even
We're
me.
just cracking this out.
He has what we seek.
Oh, nah, it's gonna be one of these things where the villains show up and take what I just got. Also, it wouldn't be a Final Fantasy game without all the relics being weirdly technical, implying that the
Imagine
past
that.
civilization made it to, like, 10,000 years worth of technology just to die, so it begs the question, what was the last great calamity? Zephyrin! That is my Griffin scream until I kill him. You know, I'm not gonna complain about this, the way I see it, as he flies away. Oh my gosh, he's just a giant technomancer stronghold. Yeah, they've completely dropped any semblance of medieval origination, and instead it's just giant techno medieval ruins. No! Did the Asians kill them all? Are we really doing that? Okay, no, it's not the Asians, it's the Garleans. And they haven't killed them yet, they're just rounding them up. Probably to kill them, but we can save them.
Imperial troops. And they have already secured the area.
I'll secure their corpses. Just give me a few minutes and a sword. Oh my gosh, that one has a face! He's a character! Oh! New Emperor himself just pulled up.
The warrior of light
Just
is wont to
pulled
appear
up.
the most- If this requires the extermination of certain elements,
I don't think there's been a single cutscene we've seen this guy in where he hasn't dramatically flipped his cape. Literally, every
mean,
cutscene he's in, he
I
just...
would dramatically flip my cape too.
Oh, are we gonna try to stop
No,
them?
don't! They are not his thralls!
Are we gonna try to stop them and get our shit kicked in? Or not? How did we not see this coming in? Oh my god. Also, Lucia must give off hella aura if the mere presence of her showing up on the battlefield makes the Emperor and his current second-in-command go, oh shit, we gotta go to
My friends
Alfino!
now telling me about Joker stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, dude, I know.
Jamie, have you kept up with the news about Joker?
Not
About how
really.
it's-
I keep
about how it's
seeing that
bad.
it's gotten a lot of bad reviews.
It's
That
I'll believe them. Believe them. It is bad.
I think
I like
people
that
claiming
it
it's
has
as
the same score as Morbius.
there's less
on Rotten
score
Tomatoes.
Morbius.
It has worse.
So I would say it was like necessarily just a bad waste of time. Like it was certainly more fun to me than most comic book movies.
No. It's the people who made Madam Web will look at you with a straight face and say they were trying to make something good and trying to make something to please fans, but they're just really bad creators, so you'll know they mean it. Meanwhile, with Joker Folie à Deux, if Todd Phillips was seated across from me at this table and said, I made this to please the fans of the first movie, I made this, like, this was the best I could do, I would literally, like, spit in his face and walk out because I would know he was lying directly to my face. Like, there is no amount of elaborate verbalizing BS he could feed me that would make me believe that this movie was made out of anything other than spite. So,
I will say that while his takes keep getting stupider and stupider, I'm glad that he's doubling down on his artwork in a way. It's like he trusts it at least. I don't know.
I'm glad he's dealing himself out. I'm glad he has said this is his last DC film, because after this I don't want to see what other cynical, self-hating, self-destructive ideas are frying in the back of his brain. I love how many voiced cutscenes there are. Saves me the reading. Wait, is she... Dang, how many of you are secretly Garleans?
And I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
Oh boy, shocker. A pretty white person is yet again another secret Imperial.
When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Livia? Livia Sasjunius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
Was that her sister?
Aye, she was my sister.
Eric
Livia fell
Ingo
to her
leans
on the
in like
battlefield.
Gojo.
She chose to
I
be
wasted her
soldier.
ass.
Damn it all! Why do the Allagans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
Oh. No, we're gonna need to do a bunch of fetch quests to build something that helps us get through that. SMH my head.
We will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate.
I'm
far as I
sorry.
can gather,
I didn't
the
know it
barrier
was
mechanism
there. It's
draws
not my
ether
fault your
from the
ship got
surrounding
dented.
environment.
And don't worry, Carrot, we'll get to Azizla yet.
Oh, we were right there!
Fireman!
The next song is Lady. A pop song from the early 2000s. Don't go anywhere, pop fans. Lady, feel me tonight. I hope it's a silent dialogue. No cutscene. Oh! Oh, it is a silent cutscene.
well.
Thank God.
In requesting the
Ben implied that reading horror is not manly. I want to know what about reading horror is not manly.
The fact that you don't actually have to face your fears like you do when you play horror.
Something tells me you haven't actually read horror. If you think reading horror somehow protects you from facing anything.
Oh, reading horror is just profoundly boring because they always try to be overly philosophical when there is no good philosophy.
Tell me the philosophy of Uzumaki.
It's horror enough.
I wouldn't know.
It's meant to like.
Tell me the philosophy of Junji Ito's Uzumaki. It's not. Manga is just as much. Manga is just as much reading as any other
I'm
novel.
talking about. What? No.
Yes, graphic novels are still novels.
No, I'm
Manga is
talking
literature.
novels are nothing but words. Graphic novels are a mixture of both.
Manga is
Words
literature. And like you
tell
haven't
the
played
story.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
I can't believe we're having our comic books still books discussion in the year of our Lord 2024. What horror have you read?
Death Note, Monster.
Death Note is not horror. Monster definitely though.
Oh, is it now?
No, Death Note is just a like a crime thriller.
It's
Or like a
psychological
noir.
horror.
Really?
It's still
And what is
psychological
the
horror.
thriller
I mean,
again? Yeah.
I've read and watched the anime and I've never seen a horror angle to it. I've only ever seen
All
it
the
as like a
demons?
thriller, like a cat and mouse thriller.
Okay, how do I put this? In much easier to understand.
No, I don't
It's
still
boring for me to
wrong.
have the horrible thing described to me as opposed to seeing it unfold on a picture or on a screen.
That's fine. That's fine. What he just said is an okay description of what he's trying to get out there.
You can't just completely denounce a whole like and say, "Oh, it just doesn't work in this medium," when it literally has worked that way since the beginning of time.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it doesn't work anymore.
If that was the case, books wouldn't sell. It works perfectly fine.
They don't.
They do.
Find the right writer.
They legitimately don't. Ask Stephen King about his last.
Scary story.
Oh, hold on a minute. You're letting one author define a genre and you're calling us out for fallacies? Hold the phone and stop the clock, Ben. Good lord. Good lord.
Now you're putting
No, he doesn't.
Now you're putting words in my mouth.
I'm not putting any words in your mouth. You just cited Stephen King. You just cited Stephen King as your reason.
Alone.
I ain't putting it.
Stephen King alone.
You just did.
I meant
You said ask Stephen King about books not selling, and I'm like,
Whoa.
show me an article that says books as a medium are dying. Show me like an article or something that says books as a medium are dying.
There.
I would definitely recommend playing Penumbra, though.
Now.
Maybe eventually.
Terrifying.
Wait,
experience.
is this gonna be how Ishtola winds up blind?
No, it's how
bring
I
her-
end up blind.
They bring her back
Oh,
from
I'm
the live
blind.
stream. They bring her back from the live stream and her eyes are just gonna be milky white. Is she naked?
I hope.
She is naked!
Time to end the stream now.
Time to end the stream.
End the stream.
Before we
end
see
the
that,
stream.
before we see that pussy's cat. My sister is naked. Oh no. Oh my word, she is. practically. Good, good. They came
Actually,
prepared.
just is naked. Yeah,
Thank
as
goodness
as
this
as
isn't
a
Final
good boy
Fantasy
does.
16, or we would have seen some Ishtola side boob.
We're gonna get banned now.
We're gonna get banned now.
I hope we get
Nice
banned.
streak.
I hope not.